The Council for the Advancement of the South Africa Constitution, that's Casac, wants to know the reasons behind the State Capture Inquiry's request for yet another extension. Commission Chair, that's the Acting Chief Justice, Raymond Zondo, filing an urgent application seeking an extension on the delivery of the final report to the President, saying that the Commission won't be able to meet the set deadline. And that happened on Tuesday. Now, Casac is saying it will support the court's decision on the extension, but once the Commission has failed to provide the court with the necessary information to justify the relief sought. So what is missing? Let's get some clarity from Lawson Naidoo of Casac. Lawson, good afternoon and thank you very much for your time. What is, in the view of Casac, therefore missing from this urgent submission, an application by the Commission for an extension to the end of February?
Good afternoon, Dan. Thank you very much. Well, what's missing from the application that the Commission has filed is sufficient detail to enable the court to properly evaluate the reasons put forward for the request for an extension. What the Commission has said is that they do not have enough time to complete the report by the 31st of December, which is when it is due, that they need an additional 2 months. But it's not exactly clear how that 2 months is going to be utilized and whether that is actually sufficient for the Commission to be able to complete its work by the end of February. What the Acting Chief Justice has said is that he will submit the report to the President in 3 parts, with the first part at the end of this month that will cover issues relating to Transnet and the aviation issues, including South African Airways, etc. But there's no detail given as to what the contents of parts 2 and parts 3 will be. The Commission has outlined 17 work streams in its application. It says 2 will be covered by the end of December, but again, no indication of how the other 15 work streams will be dealt with in the final 2 reports. Whether in fact there will be findings and recommendations in each of the reports, or do we have to wait to the end of the process in February for the full set of findings and recommendations to be made. Now, interestingly, Dan, the President has filed a counter-application in this case and raises many of the same concerns that Casac has done in terms of the lack of particularity in the application by the Acting Chief Justice. So we certainly hope that he's going to be able to respond to these concerns, bearing in mind that this is the 4th extension request in 2021 alone that has been made by the Commission.
My understanding as well is that the court will sit next week, Tuesday, the 28th of December, to decide. So you are hoping as Casac that between now that you filed your affidavit, as well as now that the President, he's also raised questions in their submission to the court in response to this request by the Zondo Commission of Inquiry, that he'll be able to respond to all these issues and address them sufficiently to your satisfaction by Tuesday next week.
Well, Dan, the urgency in this matter is the doing of the Commission of Inquiry and the Acting Chief Justice. It is they who decided to launch this application on an urgent basis on the 21st of December, 10 days before the deadline. That's been a practice that has been adopted by the Commission in the previous requests for extensions that it has made. It has always submitted its very late and hasn't allowed a proper ventilation of the issues, as I say, in order to make the court fully aware of all of the issues to make an informed decision.
Now, are you concerned? I mean, I asked this to a political analyst on Tuesday when the story broke about this application for an extension in terms of the Commission's time to finalize the report. Are you concerned that come February, the Commission might not be ready? Would you rather have seen them asking for a longer extension or no extension at all? Because realistically, they're not ready.
Well, they're not ready, but on the basis, as I've said, that they've had 3 extensions already this year, one would have assumed that the Commission would have had a sufficiently robust plan in place to ensure that it met this deadline of the 31st of December. Having failed to do so, and having failed to do so on previous occasions, there can be little confidence in the absence of further information that the Commission will in fact be able to meet this new deadline of 28 February, especially given the difference of opinion on the conversation that the acting Chief Justice had with the President a few days ago, where it is suggested that the Deputy Chief Justice said that some aspects of the report may only be available in March next year. So, you know, with those discrepancies in mind, it really is concerning as to whether or not the 28th of February is a realistic time frame and whether the Commission will be able to abide by it.
So in your mind, they should have been more forthright and more transparent in saying if we do 2 work streams by December, we've got 15 others to do, we won't be ready by February. Shouldn't we ask until maybe June? Shouldn't we just bite the bullet and go for a lengthier period? Would you have been more comfortable with that scenario, Lawson?
Well, I think you know, the time frame is part of the issue, Dan. The main issue is for the Commission to provide a detailed work plan so the court can be confident that the proposal put forward by the Commission is one that is realistic and attainable. At the moment, the court can only merely go on the opinion of the Commission that they might complete by the end of February. So that greater level of information that's required is what is really at issue here, rather than asking for more time.